Welcome in to CenturyLink Center here in beautiful downtown Omaha, where tonight we bring you the 2015 Under Armour All-America Volleyball Match and Skills Competition, along with current Team USA head coach, Coach Karai. I'm Landrum Roberts, and Coach, so thrilled to be here, to be able to witness the best high school volleyball players in all of America showcasing their talents here on this very big stage.
And big stage, what a thrill for them to get to play on the same floor that the NCAA semifinals and finals take part in. You counted it, 18 players on those four finalist teams, semifinalist teams, have played in this event before, including two starters, Michaela Fecke for Nebraska and Yasmin Bedard-Hani for Texas, who just played last year in this event.
Well, I have to ask you, as a former player, why is an event like this so special?
It challenges you. I got to speak with them earlier, and I said, what is it about these practices that you're noticing? We can't put the ball to the floor. They're so good. Everybody is so good, and it's really fun to play at a high level like this.
Well, we want to spotlight two of the players here tonight. First for Team East, a very talented setter from Lenexa, Kansas. Of course, we're talking about Jenna Gray.
And multiple state champion, and one thing she's done is added a new weapon to her arsenal, become not only a setter but a great hitter, and an offensive weapon that maybe Stanford could put to use next year as she joins their program.
And from Team West, a terrific middle blocker from San Jose, California, Ronica Stone.
Some like to call her the Blockinator. She was a member of the USA silver medalist youth national team at the World Championships just this past summer.
All right, when we come back, we're going to bring you the first serve of the 2015 Under Armour All-America Volleyball Match and Skills Competition here on CBS Sports Network.
The Under Armour All-American Volleyball Match on CBS Sports Network is brought to you by Baden, the official court volleyball of the AVCA.
Well, welcome back to CenturyLink Center here in downtown Omaha, Nebraska. The crowd still filing in for the 2015 Under Armour All-America Match and Skills Competition. Now let's meet the members of Team East.
Aaliyah Bolin, Pittsburgh, New York, libero, Syracuse University.
Hunter Atherton, Dublin, Ohio, setter, University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
Jenna Gray, Shawnee, Kansas, setter, Stanford University.
Alexis Hart, Kansas City, Missouri, outside hitter, University of Minnesota.
Brittany McLean, outside hitter, Rosemount, Minnesota, University of Minnesota.
Julia Scholes, Mooresville, North Carolina, outside hitter, University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill.
Brooke Van Sickle, Battleground, Washington, outside hitter, University of Oregon.
Cheyenne Husky, Columbus, Texas, setter, University of Florida. Go Gators.
Molly Haggerty, Glen Ellen, Illinois, outside hitter, Wisconsin Badgers.
Adriana Fitzmaurice, Overland Park, Kansas, middle hitter and outside Stanford.
Chardonnay Hayes, Columbus, Georgia, middle blocker, University of Arizona.
Reagan Pittman, Spring Hill, Kansas, middle blocker, University of Minnesota.
Look at the coach from Team East, Nancy Dorsey from St. James Academy in Lenexa, Kansas, the 2015 5A state champs, a career record of 453 wins against just 30 losses. And now we'll meet the members of Team West.
Morgan Hentz, Lakeside Park, Kentucky, libero, Stanford University.
Kylie Miller, Rancho Cucamonga, California, setter, UCLA.
Jasmine Gross, middle blocker, Portland, Oregon, Pepperdine.
Ronica Stone, San Jose, California, middle blocker, University of Oregon. Go Ducks.
Caitlin Cooper, Missouri City, Texas, outside hitter, University of Kentucky. Go Cats.
Kristen Krause, Allentown, Pennsylvania, setter, Penn State University.
Ori Igbaji, Kansas City, Missouri, outside hitter, University of Texas. Hook 'em.
Morgan Greer, Dripping Springs, Texas, outside hitter, University of Florida. Go Gators.
Kalia Lanier, Scottsdale, Arizona, outside hitter, University of Southern California.
Gia Milana, Romeo, Michigan, outside hitter, and the University of Maryland. Go Terps.
Catherine Plummer, Aliso Viejo, California, setter right side, Stanford University.
Sarah Langs, Fairview, Texas, middle blocker, Texas Christian University. Go Frogs.
A good look at the coach from Team West, Gene Kesterson from Cathedral High School in Indianapolis, Indiana, just completed a perfect 36-0 season, winners of the 4A Indiana state title in 2015. All right, a good look at the officials for tonight's event. Sheila Pleskak, your first referee. They'll be making all the calls down on the court. So the team from the West. And Kylie Miller starts us off. Adriana Fitzmaurice from Team East with a kill.
And she does a nice job coming down, working her way off the net. We call that transition, changing from a blocker, working your way back off the net to become a hitter.
Julia Scholes serving. Under.
Yep, can't touch the other side of the court with your shoe. And right off the bat, some nice jump spin serving.
And Scholes with a service ace. Julia Scholes. South Iredell High School, Statesville, North Carolina. She's going to North Carolina, Chapel Hill, but right back the other way quickly. Kalia Miller.
And the thing I like best about what Lanier did there is she handled the first contact. After getting ace, she comes right back with a good pass on the first contact. You could hear her calling, 5-5-5, set me. She put the ball away and then serves a bullet across the net. An ace, really picked it up.
Kalia Lanier from Xavier College Prep, Phoenix, Arizona.
And we've got the vert meters tonight. That last attack that she had, not off the serve, but off the attack, she jumped 25 inches, getting up there.
Adriana Fitzmaurice from St. James Academy, Lenexa, Kansas, played for Nancy Dorsey, the head coach from Team East. Serving it, or hitting it into the net, I should say, Ori Agbaji. So Adriana Fitzmaurice serving once again.
And Agbaji had a great year with the junior national team, USA team. They got some bad luck and didn't actually get to play in the World Championships because it was moved to a date in September. They traveled to a different tournament instead, the European Global Challenge. They won, and she was the MVP.
Take a look at Jasmine Gross here from Jesuit High School in Portland, Oregon.
Nice adjustment on the low set.
Morgan Hentz from Notre Dame Academy. Serving that time. Team East, and Alexis Hart picks up the point.
Minnesota having one of its best years ever in the 2015 NCAA championship, getting to the NCAA semifinals and reloading with players like Hart.
Yeah, special congratulations to their head coach, Hugh McCutcheon, named the AVCA National Coach of the Year.
Yep. Minnesota with 3 players committed in this game. When you see a setter do that, reach with one hand like that, it means the pass was a little too close to get 2 on. That's a skill every setter has to develop to save it.
And that was Ronica Stone, who we talked about in the Open with that last kill card.
And what a nice play by Catherine Plummer, number 25. She's a setter, she's a hitter, an opposite. We don't know what she'll do at Stanford yet, but she stepped right in. The ball came to her. She made a very hittable ball, put up a very hittable ball on that play.
Agbaji gets credit for that kill. Molly Haggerty from Wheaton, Illinois. An outside hitter, committed, signed to play with Wisconsin. Of course, she's not the only talented volleyball player in her family.
Her sister, Megan, just finishing up her career in another stellar season at Nebraska, making a run deep through the NCAA tournament.
Regan Pittman.
Wow, Pittman looking really good and jumping almost 24 inches on that play. She works her way off the net, takes advantage of that one-on-one opportunity. You want to pass the ball outside that far sideline.
Well, we're going to see the radar gun later. I would have loved to have seen it there. Oh, nice job on the block.
Really nice move by Haggerty there. Looking a lot like her sister, who plays middle. First, a smart shot, keeping it in play, giving herself and her teammate a chance to stuff the ball.
Yeah, Haggerty and Fitzmaurice right there on the block. For Team West, Catherine Plummer.
And you would think normally at 6 feet, that's a pretty good height. But when you have 6'6", hitting against 6 feet, that's a little bit of an advantage for Plummer.
One of 4 future Stanford Cardinal playing in this event.
And Lanier's serve was even better on that last play. I really like that. We have a term in the USA, Jim, when it's flat and clean, we call it fleen. And that thing was wicked fleen.
Fleen, I learned so much from you.
There we go. Let's see if she gets another one. That one, a little too low, and it had spin on it. But the reason you want to hit it clean, that means with no spin, is it tends to drift on you like a knuckleball in baseball. You don't want to impart spin on it, except if you're really hitting a jump spin like an attack serve.
Adriana Fitzmaurice from St. James Academy.
And that would be such an attack serve.
And a point for Team East. So, well, you couldn't have asked for a more competitive first set, with Team East leading by 1 point, as you see there, 13-12.
Yeah, and I'm impressed with the way they're working together, considering how little time they've had to prepare. You hear lots of communication. People are talking before the play and making plans. That ball a little too close to the net. Backcourt blocker called.
Fitzmaurice, one of the 6'6" players participating here tonight.
How about the defense by Fitzmaurice as a middle playing in the backcourt, and another dig,
wow.
2 in a row. Nicely done. And the return favor there.
And that was Morgan Hentz, the libero.
I got to applaud that one. Well played.
Well, we're going to take time out. What an exciting first set here from Omaha, Nebraska. The Under Armour All-America Volleyball match and skills competition continues after this. Welcome back to CenturyLink Center here in Omaha, Nebraska. Landry Roberts, along with the legend, Karch Karai. Very competitive first set, and there's a good look at Adriana Fitzmaurice.
I'm really impressed with what she's doing so far. Most middles don't serve this aggressively, toss it up and actually attack it. Then on that last rally, you saw her come in and make not one, but 2 defensive plays, and she's having some fun here. Now think about that next year, playing with another middle blocker at Stanford, Moretta Lutz at 6'8". You got 6'8" and 6'6" playing together. That's a couple of twin towers. Tough to get the ball past as blockers.
Ah, great finesse shown from Team West, Catherine Plummer.
Who will also be going to Stanford, going right at her future Stanford teammate across the net, tipping the ball in front of Fitzmaurice.
Yeah, so they got 6'6" in Plummer and then 6'6" in Fitzmaurice.
Oh, it's going to be scary to try to get that ball past their block.
Look out, Pac-12.
So, now that's really the first play where we've seen a lot of confusion, which to me is impressive that people haven't played together and had so little confusion.
Yeah,
first
lack
play,
of
it broke
communication
down.
maybe that time.
Yep, an easy block on the other side of the net for Pittman.
Yeah, Regan Pittman, St. Thomas Aquinas High School, out of Overland Park, Kansas, heading to Minnesota to play for Hugh McCutcheon, as we mentioned.
So, contrasting the play of confusion, instead you have a really nice pass. First of all, Lanier jumped in and made a great first contact, and a clean point for Team West.
All right, so Catherine Plummer serving for the West. It's blocked there in the middle. Plummer with a nice save. And a good dig from Julia Scholes. And a point for the East.
Notice how Fitzmaurice is still staying in the backcourt and making defensive plays. Haggerty gets another chance to take the swing, hitting the high outside hand. A good place to aim at any block.
And Jenna Gray there at the net with the block. Molly Haggerty is going to go and play for Kelly Sheffield, University of Wisconsin. Oh.
Whoa, let's take another look. I'm not sure that was in, but all it has to do is catch a little part of the line. Maybe it was. It might have caught a little of the white. That is not an easy call to make. We've been working with some video challenge in international play, and there are plays that I swear went out, but don't, that actually touch the line.
Plummer.
Plummer with a back row kill using her 6'6" height to her advantage.
Nice serve from Boland. Saved by the West.
Nice up. Wow. Morgan Hens coming all the way across the court from left back to right front to make that play.
You love to see that from your libero, don't you, Coach?
Absolutely. They didn't win the rally, but what hustle. And when you see somebody come all the way across the court like that, it means they have good court vision. She could see very early what was happening.
Yeah, Morgan Hens from Notre Dame Academy in Park Hills, Kentucky. She's going to play her college volleyball. Guess who? Stanford.
And she almost came up with that one as she dives off the stuff block.
And Julia Scholes continues to play well here in set number 1.
Watch number 2 in the white jersey across the net. Still got a hand on that. Nice hustle.
And cleaning it up for Team East, Jenna Gray. It's got to make her high school coach and also the coach of Team East, Nancy Dorsey, proud.
Yeah, Team East putting together a really solid set of volleyball.
Set point, Team East. So Team East takes set number 1, 25-16. When we come back, lots more from Omaha, Nebraska in the 2015 Under Armour All-America Match and Skills Competition. Welcome back to CenturyLink Center here in Omaha, Nebraska. And now it's time for our best setter competition. 30 seconds per competitor. Must set into 1 or 2 baskets, and the competitor with the most made baskets win. Our first contestant, Hunter Atherton, and Hunter had it going early.
She sure did, and she had to work around. Every setter's got to work through it, almost like an obstacle course. Work to the net, block, turn around, find the ball, run forward, and then get into position.
Then it was Cheyenne Husky out of Columbus, Texas, taking a stab at it. And then finally, Kristen Kraus out of Parkland High School in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And Hunter Atherton takes home the title for the best setter, and she is awarded the trophy by AVCA Executive Director Kathy DeBoer. Welcome back to CenturyLink Center. Landrum Roberts along with Karch Karai, and Karch, Team East takes set number 1. Your thoughts?
Really impressed with setter Hunter Atherton. She ran a simple but effective offense. Her team, because of that, and also their good passing, hit a clean 407, no errors on 27 swings. Across the net for Team West, almost as many errors as kills. When you figure out that hitting efficiency, you take your kills and subtract the errors and then divide by the total. So barely above 0. Team West has a good chance to respond here in set number 2.
That shot too wide. So Team East picks up the first point here in set number 2, and Hunter Atherton, as you were talking about, serving. Maybe a prime example of what you were talking about, just a lack of communication with these players not being familiar with one another.
Yep, and this set's a little low, but what a nice job Sarah Langs does to correct for that and not swing hard and low and get blocked, but instead use her finesse to keep it in play and over the block.
Gia Milana from Romeo High School. Serving. Oh, and look at Brooke Van Sickle from Battleground High School in Battleground, Washington, the outside hitter who's going to Oregon. Well,
first we saw Julia Scholes in the first game bringing the heat, and now they just keep coming off the bench. Team East is loaded, and then she goes to the service line, serves an ace.
What an excellent serve. Too long with that one. Good look at that young lady, and a good look at Jean Kesterson. Jean Kesterson, what a year she has had. Back in February, open heart surgery. And she has done such a wonderful job there in Indianapolis, Indiana with her program.
Really impressed that she could come back to action that quickly. Sometimes it takes a lot longer.
Good look at Jean. Of course, she's assisted by Rhonda Lau. And Rhonda, an ovarian cancer survivor. Well, a set. Nobody home.
And that you got to expect that some of those kinds of plays are going to happen in a contest like this. 2 training sessions, teams just getting to know each other.
Morgan Greer serving.
And that's one of the first hitting errors that Team East has made this evening. Another low set.
Yeah, Chardonnay Hayes just too long with that one out of Columbus High School, Columbus, Georgia. She's going to play her college volleyball at Arizona. On a block at the net by Cheyenne Husky. Now Husky will serve.
It looks like Atherton checked out, and so Husky will take over the serving duties. Sorry, the setting duties. They're going to run a two-setter offense now for Team East in white. We see her setting up to start running the offense here.
Caitlin Cooper with the kill. She's from Ridge Point High School, Missouri City, Texas, an outside hitter who's heading to Lexington to play for the Wildcats, University of Kentucky. Hitting error that time by Brittany McLean. Team West returns the favor.
And that's a skill you also get to see in this kind of match. When plays break down, they get a little chaotic, a little out of control. Who is it that can still compensate and make their touch a little better than the last touch?
Oh, and a strong right from Gia Milana. So she makes up.
Yeah,
hitting error.
I like her choices. First, she tipped the ball. It came back off the block. Then earns herself, thanks to that first smart shot, earns herself a second and much more effective swing.
Jasmine Gross from Jesuit High School, Portland, Oregon. She's heading to Malibu. Not a bad place to go to school. Playing for Pepperdine and the Waves. And Sarah Langs with a block. Sarah from Lovejoy High School, Lucas, Texas. Gonna play for the Horned Frogs at TCU.
Oh, whoa. She hit that so hard her headband came off. It's still on the ground.
Gia Milana might be the new leader in the clubhouse for the hardest hit ball tonight.
Yeah, the long drive contest. She's definitely going to win that. That was a shot.
Goodness gracious.
Down the line. Oh, nice hustle.
That was great hustle that time from Brittany McLean. Can't save it, but I know you love to see that as a head coach.
She does not come up with the play, but she read it right. She got herself going in the right direction early on in the play. Coaches love to see that kind of reading ability.
There she is again.
Some more heat.
Good job by Boland just to keep it alive.
And it looks like it was called out down the line.
And we take another look here.
They're scrambling. It was in the end line. Hard to tell. Lottie's blocking that. You know, the level of play seems to keep rising with each passing year. You've got people who've been playing longer, getting coached better, trained better. You've got a number of players in this competition who've represented USA at the highest levels at youth national team, junior national team competitions, world championships. Wow, another shot. Remember, the first one came straight down the line, a rocket. That one cross court.
But Giamolotta. And a point for Team East. Have another look at it here.
Nice connection that time between setter and middle blocker. As that middle blocker is farther away distance-wise, that's a tough thing to establish in just 2 training sessions.
Hunter Atherton serving once again for the East. And a nice play at the net. Brooke Van Sickle. And Karch, a familiar face joining us here. Someone that we will talk to here in just a few moments, a little bit later on. Giamolotta serving. Ooh.
Well, we've already seen her bring the heat at the net now from the service line, but I sure like the way Team East controlled that serve, put it right on the dime. We call that diming and passing.
That was Regan Pittman. The block by Brittany McLean. Brittany from Rosemount High School, Rosemount, Minnesota. She's going to play for Hugh McCutcheon and the Golden Gophers. And a service ace from Brooke Van Sickle.
Got a couple of jump spin servers returning the favor to each other. And she's actually serving right at Milana. Nice hustle.
Wow, what a save. Ball hitting the antenna. It's a point for Team East. But let's check out the dig here, Karch.
Yeah, watch laying it out here. A little bit of a missed connection. 2 players getting their hand under that ball.
One of them was Hunter Atherton.
That's called a pancake. It's not necessarily welcome in every gym, but it is in many gyms.
Oh. Brittany McLean again.
What a nice set by Atherton. That was not an ideal pass. She had to run way backward toward the sideline behind her and set way across. We call that setting against the grain, when you're running one direction, setting the other, trying to make middle blockers' lives more difficult.
All right, well, we've got a good one here in set number 2. We're back from Omaha, Nebraska after this.
The Under Armour All-American Volleyball match on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Mateflex, the first place to go for your sports and flooring needs.
Well, welcome back to CenturyLink Center here in Omaha, Nebraska, site of the 2015 Under Armour All-America match and skills competition. And we are joined by a very special guest, someone that we saw in this event, Karch, not too long ago. I think it was Seattle, was it not?
It was Seattle that I got to come and play in the Under Armour match. It was an incredible experience, so awesome.
Haley Washington, of course, a standout for Penn State and their volleyball program. So Haley, tell us, I mean, we've got to catch up with you. What's been going on with your life as far as your volleyball career? How are things going?
Just lots of hard work at Penn State, trying to assimilate to that culture my freshman year, and then this year figuring out the new team dynamic, especially since we lost so many seniors. So just figuring out Penn State and seeing a new role each year.
Come back to live action with number 19 at the service line, Morgan Greer.
Haley, what is it you remember about this match?
I remember just being so goofy. I had so much fun because it was just a group of girls that got to play volleyball. So I was loving it because you don't have to take it too seriously. You can just play, have fun. It was awesome.
So maybe for the first and only time in your life you had a little goofiness?
Oh, yeah. You know, I'm not really an outgoing player. Typically very calm.
One of the things we've noticed, team players have played in this and played for and won national championships, essentially on the same floor just a year later. Anything that happened in this match to prepare you for something like that?
Honestly, it's really a reality check when you play here because you realize that you're at this elite level, but there are so many girls that are just as good as you. So you need to work hard to be better and get to that level.
That's exactly what I heard from both these teams today. They're like, everybody's just so good.
Yeah.
I can't get the ball to the floor.
And Karch and I had mentioned that 18 players playing in the Final Four here in Omaha. They all participated in this event, so it just gives you an idea about how much talent is involved right here on this floor.
Yeah, I think it's crazy, and this culture is incredible too. It gets them used to the Final Four culture, the experience. It's really awesome. It's an awesome opportunity.
What was one thing that you can think back when you were playing in this event back in Seattle that maybe you enjoyed the most about the experience, the week that you spent there?
That was a good serve.
Yeah,
that was a good serve.
That was a rocket.
So Team East will serve here.
We'll see if we see another rocket across the net from Husky. Those, I don't know if I'd want to be passing those.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you would either. Stuck a little off that one out of the timeout.
It's a very good block. It's a big dynamic skill that middles need to have to be able to get over the net and not high.
Caitlin Cooper from Missouri City, Texas, serving to the west, wearing the black jerseys. Team East wearing the white Under Armour gear. Looked pretty good, didn't it?
Nice high swing over the block, deep corner. That's a good shot.
Julia Scholes, we've called her name several times tonight.
Yep. Team East seems to have been blessed with some of the big arms.
And that shot travels wide as Julia Scholes.
Good cover ball from the bro, though. It's something Coach definitely emphasizes at Penn State is cover ball is a huge part of the game. That was a good cover.
I've seen him sub out many a player who has forgotten to do that.
Guilty, guilty.
Maybe once. And then have to go sit down next to Coach Rose, or at least kind of walk slowly by.
Yeah, it's rough.
Hear a little earful. Get back up. She can get in and block. Oh, I would have loved to have seen her get the stuff on that. Nice hustle.
Well, first it was McLean, then it was Bolin. I mean, coming up with some unbelievable digs against the very powerful Gia Milano.
Yeah. Great hustle by Julia Scholes.
And then Milano shows her ability at the net.
Yeah, that ball set way too close to the net, allowing the block to have a huge advantage.
Milano is going to play at Maryland.
Haley, have you gotten a chance to meet the future Nittany Lion in this match yet?
Kristen Krause.
Yep.
She was at our Juniata camp, and she's been at a couple of games, so I've met her, but I've never had a full conversation with her.
You guys play a little midnight ball there and go at it across the net. Yeah.
She's a good kid.
Aaliyah Bolin serving. She's going to Syracuse. And Brittany McLean for Team East. And the East has come back to take the lead.
Yeah, if I were Team West, I don't know if I would have blocked on that one. That wasn't really much of a hittable ball from 15 feet off.
A service ace from Aaliyah Bolin. So after trailing here in set number 2, and the East already leading 1-0. Aaliyah Bolin trying to seal the deal. But the West not going away.
And Sickle getting a little too cute there with the left hand.
Brooke Van Sickle, she's having a nice night.
Looking a little Carrie Walsh-like, except when she had to play left-handed because her shoulder was hurt all through the summer.
Her future teammate serving there, Kristen Krause.
Team East in a really nice position, but getting a little impatient. And when you make errors like that, you're not able to give your block and your defense a chance to win the ball later in the rally.
Let's break that habit, Kristen.
You know from experience, right?
Not the move you want to make.
All right, so set point for Team East. Take a 2-0 advantage. Is Hunter Atherton serving. That's going to do it.
Big block to end the game. I like it.
Regan Pittman with a block at the net. And that does it in set number 2 as Team East takes it 25-21. Special thanks to Haley Washington from Penn State for joining us.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you. It was awesome.
All right.
Welcome back to CenturyLink Center here in Omaha, Nebraska. And now it is time for our best hitter competition portion of tonight's event. 30 seconds per competitor. Hits are tracked by the radar gun. The top recorded speed wins. And our first contestant, Adriana Fitzmaurice.
And following a good technique, the closer you hit it to the radar gun, the better you're going to get the right reading.
Next up was Ronica Stone out of Valley Christian, San Jose, California. She had some awesome hits. Then Alexis Hart had her turn.
And the other part of it is you need to depend on a really well-located set.
Well, last but not least, Kalia Lanier, and Kalia brought the thunder. And Kalia takes home the title for the best hitter competition. She is joined by AVCA Executive Director Kathy DeBoer. We're back with set number 3 coming up right after this. Well, welcome back to Omaha, Nebraska. A lot of people having fun. What a great event, a family event. All the volleyball crazy fans here in Omaha have made their way out. It might be chilly outside, but it is warm and cozy here inside of CenturyLink Center. And there you see Team East leading 2-0. This is the third and final set of this all-star match. Guess who? Gia Malana. Kylie Miller serving for the West. Well, it was a point for Team East, but you got to give credit to Kalia Lanier that time for going down and getting that one, Karch.
I like the hustle I'm seeing on both sides of the net from the all-around players and also from the players who are only allowed to play in the backcourt, the liberos with the different colored jerseys. Coming up with a nice pass on that also for Team West, hence the libero.
Well, Alexis Hart, Truman High School, Independence, Missouri. She's also going to Minnesota. She gets in the scorebook. And Catherine Plummer. Her shot sails wide and long. But then a service error from Brooke Van Sickle. Gia Milana.
And that serve we call a jump spin serve. It's a high risk, high reward serve. We saw her get some aces earlier, but if you don't hit it just right, it can sail long as it did there, 7-8 feet long.
Adriana Fitzmaurice, all 6'6" of her. Boy, she has shown she is a very versatile, athletic player.
Yep, you don't see many middles hitting that jump spin serve and then playing the kind of defense that she has played. And now she's staying in to also receive serve. You essentially never see that from a 6'6" player. Here she is, ready to make the first contact.
Ori Agbaji. Team East.
Alexis Hart rising high off the ground. You got to jump. You got to get way off to hit sharp angles like that. In fact, we've got a number at the lower part of our vert screen here. She might have the highest jump of the contest at 29 inches.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think I've seen anything over 28 thus far.
This is a device that we use with Team USA also. It looks like a thumb drive, and you just wear it in a pocket or a little belt underneath your uniform, and it actually measures the height of each jump and keeps a jump count, so to speak, kind of like a pitcher would have a pitch count.
It's amazing the technology that we have. And it's amazing that Jenna Gray
and started with the pass by Fitzmaurice. She's 6'6", puts it right on the setter's head. Really impressed with her all-around skills. You almost never see a player of her height and her position staying in, not even getting liberoed out of the game.
Shot is wide, point for Team East.
Yeah, but that's been a challenge for Team West. Just a few too many errors, too many missed connections between setter and hitter. That's probably the biggest challenge of a contest like this. How to get the right timing, the right speed, with only 2 days to prepare.
Gia Milana. Well, she has been one of the many bright spots for the West team.
Yep, hitting one-on-one. Didn't get any much blocking help for Team East.
And Chardonnay Hayes, the native of Columbus, Georgia, 6'3" middle blocker.
See how she as a middle puts the ball away, then runs off the court as she rotates to the back court. So now the libero comes in for Team East with Boland.
Nice finesse The shot from Jenna Gray.
I sure like that. She hits the roll shot, and it's just a little too tough to get back in the picture.
What a great camera angle. Oh, and denied at the net. Gia Milana. Can also give credit to Ronica Stone.
That Stone working hard. Middles, if they can, they want to try to get hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder. Right next to their end blocker.
Got a point for Team West. Another angle.
Haggerty trying to thread the needle down the line. Missed it by just 6 inches.
Jenna Gray. Lenexa, Kansas native. Going to Stanford.
And she too really adding, as we talked about in the open, adding a whole new dimension to her game with that offense. So now she can be a one-setter, that is, run the offense completely in the setting position, but she can also contribute on the offensive side too.
So now Kylie Miller from Rancho Cucamonga High School in California. Serving and at the net, excellent play. Agbaji, as well as Catherine Plummer, coming up with a block. Gia Milana, that's one of the few times we've not seen her convert on one of those, Coach.
Yep, just trying to hit too sharp a shot, too perfect a shot. Oftentimes when you're trying to be too good instead of just good, things don't quite go your way.
And the kill by Alexis Hart. All right. So the East leading Team West 12-9 here in set number 3. We're back to Omaha after this. Well, welcome back to Omaha. What an exciting night it's been here at the 2015 AVCA All-America Volleyball Match and Skills Competition. And we are being joined by a very, very special guest, Miss Keely Johnson.
Yep.
Keely, you're an honorary captain this year for Team East. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
All right, and so you're from Brainerd, Minnesota.
I am, right in the central part.
And to let the folks know at home what you've been going through here in the past year.
4 months ago, I was diagnosed with a bone tumor. And so for 4 months, I had to have pretty intense treatment. And I just finished in November, early November, and it's all gone. It's all good now.
And that's wonderful and such an inspiration to, I know, a lot of folks, not just young folks, but people that are going through the same thing. Do you have any advice that you could give them?
Keep believing. Just always believe, because no matter what, you can do it. It's just don't give up.
And one of the things that happens when you get diagnosed is just how do you catch it early and you give yourself a better chance to recover. So how did that actually get discovered?
I couldn't walk. I couldn't play any sports. I was having intense knee pain.
Wow.
So just always be careful. Don't let yourself, like, if you're in pain, tell someone, because you never know what it might be.
And so you were just thinking, oh, my muscles are just sore. I got to push through this.
Yeah, and it just got too bad, and I just couldn't do it. And I think I went to the doctor like 4 times. They couldn't figure it out. So just, like, always trust your body.
Well, I've got to ask you, tell me about your experience this week, just being here around all of these great athletes. I know you're a volleyball player. You play club and you play for your team.
I do.
But how have you enjoyed your week here in Omaha?
Well, Thursday when I arrived, I was just so overwhelmed. I walked in and there's just all these girls that were 6 feet and over, and I'm like 5'6". I didn't know what to do.
I'm guessing, being from Minnesota, I don't know if you got to attend, but you must have been cheering Minnesota on at the NCAA semifinals.
Oh, I'm a huge Gopher fan. I go to 3 to 4 volleyball games a year, football games. I would love to play under Hugh someday, but you never know what's going to happen.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
And of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention a very special foundation that's near and dear to your heart.
The Brighter Days Foundation is a foundation in Brainerd that helps people who have been injured or are sick, like, make their dreams come true. And they really have just made a huge difference for me. They are amazing, and I'd like to really put a big thanks out to them.
What are the main things that they do in that vein? Give an example.
For me, like, they supported me to go to the Final Four, and Heidi Hahn also was a big part in that. For another little girl, they built a castle bed for her.
Wow.
And they just do things that make people really happy.
Well, I can honestly say that you're an inspiration not only to Karch and I, but you're an inspiration to a lot of folks watching at home. And your courage, it says a lot. And just, you know what, it's just so great that you're here this week. And we got to meet you. You got a great personality. We're all pulling for you, and the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's Keely Johnson. Wonderful young lady. So the East going for the shutout, Karch, and hey, in the past few years, this event's been dominated by the West.
He's trying to return the favor here, all in one shot, trying to win those 3 games. I'm guessing Team West doesn't want to get, I guess you could call it skunked, bageled, but whatever it is, they want to get that win.
Wow. So late in the match, Alexis Hart showing off some of her talent.
Yeah. Getting way off the ground, hitting the edges of the court to score that point.
And it was Jenna Gray at the net. The Team East. Alexis Hart has that serve sail on her. And Kalia Lanier. Been very impressed with the velocity of some of her hits here tonight.
There's one of those plays you would expect to happen more than it actually does in these matches. The misconnection off of miscommunication between setter and hitter.
You know, talking with Team West head coach Gene Kesterson just about the event and the experience, and of course Under Armour, such a huge part of this in making it happen. And she said it was like Christmas for all of these girls and all of the great apparel and gear that Under Armour has given them. She said they were just all so thankful and just couldn't believe that they were actually being given all of this outstanding apparel that Under Armour provides these athletes.
Loaded up.
Loaded up. You're going to have to check a bag when you head to the airport.
And West making a move here to try to fight the shutout. Only down 1 now off the serving of Lanier.
Gene Kesterson.
That's a nice serve too. There's an opportunity to score a point off this free ball. Lanier with a nice pass.
Nice play on both sides of the net that time, Karch.
Yep, lots of hustle, but I sure like that dig. And then at the very end, Team West into the net.
Aaliyah Boland serving. And Veronica Stone with a kill.
Yeah, that's clearly her strength, her forte. Middles sometimes jump off 1 foot, 1 leg, like she did there, going behind the setter on what we call a slide attack. And then they also stay in front of the setter and jump off 2 feet. She looks like she really likes that 1-footed attack.
Well, and visiting with her briefly before tonight's match, she's got a great personality. And whoa, what a play. Morgan Hintz, the libero.
She almost hustled too much because she went so far off the court. She worked so hard to get back in. Watch her here. She's almost coming off the court. And now she's going to hustle back so well that the ball went right over her head into the corner. She got herself in too good a position in recovery.
Morgan Hintz from Notre Dame Academy, Park Hills, Kentucky. She's going to Stanford.
Double block by number 18, Ori Agbaji, and number 12, Caitlin.
Ori Agbaji.
Point West.
Yeah, that's a nice block. 2 blockers up for Team West. Seeing if they can equalize here off the tough serve.
Kylie Miller, future UCLA Bruin. Once again at the net, it's Team West. This time it was Caitlin Cooper.
Yep, but Agbaji logging a lot of good jumps here. That last one over 21 inches, forming a 2-person block. Tough to navigate around.
And Brittany McLean from Rosemount High School in Rosemount, Minnesota. One of 3 future Golden Gophers. He's going to head on and play for National Coach of the Year 2015, Hugh McCutcheon. Gophers with an outstanding 18-2 conference mark. And their 6-win season.
And they're going to be loaded. They only lose 1 player, Dali Santana, who had a very strong season and made a good a good case for herself as Player of the Year. As it turned out, it was Southern California's Samantha Bricio who won that award, but Santana had a Big Ten Player of the Year type performance, and as a result won that conference title.
Alexis Hart with a nice block. And then Kalia Lanier, once again, showing off the power.
And you can see her communicating with her teammates. They want to get a win out of this thing. They don't want to come out with the 3-0 loss.
Caitlin Cooper upset with herself on that one. Here is a young lady that has really wowed us tonight, Adriana Fitzmaurice. What a serve. So match point for Team East, going for the 3-set sweep. Kalia Lanier would not be denied there. Now Ori Agbaji, future Texas Longhorn, serving. Alexis Hart, saved by Agbaji, and then the block. But it goes out of bounds, so a point for the West. Agbaji serving, still match point. Alexis Hart seals the deal for Team East. Team East takes the 2015 Under Armour All-America match 3-0. More from Omaha when we come back.
The Under Armour All-American Volleyball match on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Sports Imports, the net systems at the center of every championship.
Welcome back to Omaha. A good look at all of tonight's award winners. The Gatorade Heart and Hustle Award going to Jenna Gray. The Team East MVP was Reagan Pittman, and the Team West MVP, Morgan Hintz.
Sure love the hustle all around the court for Hintz.
Well, for Karch Karai and our entire CBS Sports Network crew, I'm Landrum Roberts in association with the AVCA. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.